I remember when I went to the dentist for the first time. I was about 5 or 6 years old, and I was absolutely petrified. I was scared out of my mind. I don't really know why. I guess it was just because it was a new, intimidating place where they're working on me. They're obviously touching my teeth, and it was weird. I was scared. I'll never forget when it was all done and the dentist comes in and he checks on my teeth. I look up at him and I go, "Am I going to die?" And ever since then, that's been one of those ongoing inside jokes in my family, how I said this goofy, funny thing to the dentist that I thought I was going to die. And I remember my mom saying to me in the car afterward, she said, "You have nothing to worry about. Okay, dentists just want to help clean your teeth. They don't want to hurt you." Well, I'm here today to tell you that that was a complete lie, a total sham. We all have that feeling when we go to the dentist where we're uncomfortable and we don't know why, and we're all told that dentists are good people. But I have something today to show you that I narrowly escaped death on that fateful day some 20 years ago. So a dentist from Colorado named Dr. James Craig was arrested 2 days ago and charged with poisoning and killing his wife by slipping arsenic, which is a substitute for cyanide, into her protein shake. So earlier this month, James's wife checks herself into the hospital due to feeling dizzy and lightheaded. And it didn't take long before she went completely brain dead, and not long after that, she did pass away. Meanwhile, James was having a package delivered to his office, and he told his assistants that when the package shows up, not to open it and not to touch it. He was treating it like the goblet of fire from Harry Potter, don't touch it, it's forbidden. And when an assistant apparently accidentally opened it, they found the words potassium cyanide written on it. The person who makes this discovery makes the connection, finds out, okay, well, his wife is in the hospital due to symptoms that would be caused maybe by potassium cyanide. So that person notifies hospital staff, they notify the police. When police searched James's property, they found he had made searches on his business computer of what the lethal doses of cyanide and other substitutes are to kill a human being. Oh, and this is maybe my favorite part. When police confront James about him ordering the potassium cyanide, he tells them he only ordered it because his wife was suicidal, so he told her he would order this for her. Like, hey, I'm not a bad guy. I didn't kill my wife. I just ordered her cyanide to kill herself with. And of course, the wife's sister is saying, nope, none of that is true. She was not at all suicidal. Also, it turns out James and his wife have not had a good marriage. James has cheated on her with multiple other women. And what's really bizarre is that while his wife is dying in the hospital, James actually flies his mistress into Colorado to be there with him. Oh, and I just want to mention that his mistress is also an orthodontist. Okay, so if you don't like orthodontists just as much as you don't like dentists, there you go. And even making the story weirder, it's also found that about 5 or 6 years ago, there was another incident involving James drugging his wife without her knowing. Now, in this case, according to what his wife told her sister a while back, James was sedating her so that he could commit suicide without her stopping him, but he later chose not to commit suicide. Obviously, there must have been some trust issues after that, and text messages from earlier this month when his wife checked herself into the hospital show that she texted James she, quote, felt drugged, and James texted her, quote, "Given our history, I know that must be triggering. Just for the record, I didn't drug you." Well, James, just for the record, I won't be seeing you anytime soon for my dental needs. What we can learn from this story is that it's always good to hold on to irrational fears. You should never just grow out of small phobias that you develop at 5 years old. You should always live your life in fear and never go to the dentist, let alone never even brush your teeth. In fact, don't go outside. No, I'm obviously kidding, but hey, I hope the doc gets what's coming to him, and I will leave you with these wise words. If you or anyone you know ever wants to get a divorce and start over, do it. Just get a divorce and start over. As it turns out, you can do that without poisoning anyone.